All right, guys, welcome in Ageless Talk Sports. This is the Ohio State Transfer Portal. This is news and updates as of right now today. And we're going to talk about the college football playoff semifinals right now. So we had Miami taking on Ole Miss for the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. We're not going to talk about all the highlights and all that stuff, but it was kind of a good battle, going back and forth. And, it looked like Ole Miss at times was going to win, and then Miami steps it up. Carson Beck at the end of the game steps up, but there's a 5-yard touchdown run to the left side, gets the score. Ole Miss tries to come back with 18 seconds left to go in the game, and unfortunately not enough time, but they were going down the field and almost finished it off. But with the doink field goal miss from Ole Miss, that might have cost them the game, obviously, at least the tie or somewhere around there. But there you go. Here's some Carson Beck stats for you. 268 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an INT. Mark Fletcher had 133 yards rushing. Keelan Marion had 114 yards receiving. So Miami has a home game for the championship in Miami, and we're going to find out later on tonight at 8 o'clock if it's going to be Indiana or Oregon. My bet is on Indiana, by the way. So that is a fun fact, though. The only if Indiana wins, the only 2 teams that Ohio State lost to are in the championship. So that's a plus. Taking a look at your 2026 transfer portal, and here is some updates. Do you want to talk about the additions? Let's go ahead and talk about at least the additions. Some positive news as of right now. Mason Williams, the tight end, he's a sophomore coming from Ohio Bobcats. Dalton Riggs and John Walker coming from UCF. That's a defensive tackle and a line long snapper, by the way. And then Devin McEwen, a wide receiver from UTSA. And then Christian Allegro, the linebacker, he's a junior coming from Wisconsin. So those are only about 5 positive additions for the Buckeyes. Now, we have over 2 dozen leaving. I don't even want to talk about every single person leaving, but the backup quarterback, he is Keinholz. He's going to Louisville. Bryce West, I believe he was a 5-star recruit out of 2025. He's going to Wisconsin. CJ Hicks as well. He's a senior defensive end going to USF. He's following Brian Hartline, the offensive coordinator, and Brian Hartline is going to USF as the head coach. So he's taking CJ Hicks with him. Nick McClarty, the punter, he's going to ASU. James Peoples, the running back, he was the 3rd string. He's just only a sophomore. He's going to Penn State. So there's some other notables here. Bryson Rogers, the wide receiver, we already talked about him. He's going to USF. Let's see. I'm trying to see. The Eric Mensa, this just happened. He's a defensive tackle. He's leaving as well. He's only a sophomore. A lot of Buckeyes transferring out after the one and done in the college football playoff. So it's kind of sucks. I'm just saying. What else we got? Jackson Corville, the kicker. I think he was the backup. He's gone. Aaron Scott's gone. Deontay Griffin's gone. I mean, a lot of players out of there with only 5 additions. So hopefully we get a lot more on the transfer portal because we're losing a crap ton. So now here is some players of interest from the 2025 class. Chaz Coleman, the defensive end, he visited just a couple days ago, January 5th. And he might be going to Penn State. And then we have DeAndre Moore Jr., the wide receiver from Texas. He might be going to Texas, but he visited January 4th. And then we got James Smith. He came on the 8th. And then Kuarusa, he came on the 8th, which was just yesterday. So those players, they both were probably going to go to Alabama. Now we have some committed, though, that we are trying to get. But Francis Breu, the defensive tackle sophomore, might be going to Pitt, but he's visiting tomorrow, Ohio State, this weekend. So we did lose a kicker to Texas A&M. We lost a couple. We offensive tackle, a corner, a defensive tackle. So these are players of interest that are going to Texas A&M, Tennessee. We lost a lot of players off that for the players of interest. but only picked up 5 additions. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be doing this every week on Friday at 5. So make sure you listen to my YouTube channel to get all your updates. So now we're going to be talking about a big-time possible transfer at running back. He was a true freshman. Taking a look at Bo Jackson. He is rumored that he is going to be leaving Ohio State. Ohio State football program rumored to possibly lose Bo Jackson. He wants a significant pay increase in NIL space from what he was making this past season. So players are looking to make as much money as possible, and they pretty much have the upper hand in this with this NIL stuff. We're going to have to try to diet down a notch here because these players have all the say-so in this. They can just tell the coach that they're going to leave and go somewhere else and or be a starter somewhere, or they can be a backup and still make money. But let's see. Things could get worked out, though, between Jackson and Ryan Day to keep him in Columbus. Best case scenario, Day needs to keep Jackson and Isaiah West as the top backs on the team. Jackson is still the better of the 2 backs. Now, I said it. He wants more money. Basically, he wants more NIL money, and I don't know if he's going to get like a bonus or something like that if he stays. Maybe that will be an incentive or entice him a little bit from Coach Day. But that is significant news. Big-time news just happened today. Or was that yesterday? That Bo Jackson could be possibly leaving Ohio State. So we have the college football playoff. That is later tonight on ESPN. Oregon takes on Indiana in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl in Atlanta. Mendoza, he is undefeated, the Heisman winner. What are they going to do? How are they going to win this game? Dual threat quarterback, throw, run, can run the football as well. All starts in the trenches. And Cignetti doesn't even have a 5-star on the. I don't even think they have a 4-star on the team, on the starting team. Just Cignetti is an excellent coach. Coach of the year. Over/under is 48.5. The spread, Indiana favored by 3.5. But that mark could sway a little bit more according to DraftKings. And that game starts around 7:30. Pre-game at least. I think the kickoff is around 8:15. But give me the over, and I'm picking Indiana at least by 6. I think Indiana destroys Oregon, by the way. And there you have it. My predictions, Ohio State football portal news, and there's your show. Love you guys. God bless. Tip the waitress.